What's up, guys? The time has finally come for you and I to talk about the 2018 Vans Warped Tour lineup. This video has been a long time coming. I've had a lot of trouble getting around to finally doing this, and I apologize. I remember the last time I did one of these, it was in December. Now we're getting close into January, and I apologize for that, but we are here now to discuss the lineup. So I'm not going to discuss my entire lineup prediction because I can't predict, how many bands will play, how many bands will play what stages, and how many dates, what bands will do partial dates, who will do the full run, because there's plenty of speculation. Now, the full lineup is already booked, so on one hand, that should totally dispel and that should debunk, any of the ongoing petitions that are going around to get MCR to play and other huge acts like that who are either disbanded or too big to play now. And it'd be cool to see a lot of these bands like Paramore and Fall Out Boy and Blink-182 play, but they're far too big, and you have to be honest that having too stacked of a lineup would cause Kevin Lyman and Crumpet Company to price gouge you. So, Warped Tour tickets over the years have clocked in around like $41 one year, $47 another year, and it varies by year. So I know this is the full cross-country run of Warped Tour, and it's important to go out on a high note, but having too loaded of a lineup will cause them to price gouge you, and that's not what we want. So I'm not going to do my entire prediction. I'm just going to get into all the important bands, Journeys and Monster stages, so all the headliners. So don't worry, we're going to cover all the bases that need to be covered, but I'm not going to do, I'm not going to predict like 75 to 80 different bands. I don't have the time, nor I think the mental capacity to do that. So we're going to get right into it, and we'll start with Journey's Left Foot.
Okay, so like I said, we're going to start with Journey's Left Foot, and I will do my full prediction for all the bands that are going to be on the stage. So again, we can't speculate who's going to do, partial dates, the full run, stuff like that. But don't worry, I've made sure to put some good headliners in here to make sure that, you guys aren't bereft of, getting big headliners on Warped Tour this year, because it is the last year. So for Journey's Left Foot, I've got Black Veil Brides, and they're an iffy because Andy Black played by himself last year, so they're an iffy, but potentially they can come back. Falling in Reverse for sure, they're a lock. Knuckle Puck, definitely. Less Than Jake, Newfound Glory, Pepper, Plain White Tees, who is a band that I could definitely see. It's definitely possible because they just signed back to Fearless Records last year. I believe they're making new music, and I remember they exploded back in the day with Hey There Delilah back when they were playing on Warped Tour. So since they are an alternative band, they are part of that alternative scene. It's definitely possible to put them on Warped Tour because that would probably be nice for them to be part of the final full cross country run. So you could definitely see them. I haven't seen anybody speculate about that, but it's plausible, So leave a comment below and tell me what you think. Day to Remember, I think they're definitely a lock. It'd be awesome. Real Friends, Real Big Fish, Sleeping with Sirens, State Champs, who I will definitely see. They're my boys. I love them. The Story So Far, and Tonight Alive. So moving on to Journey's Right Foot stage, I've got 4 Years Strong, Ghost Town, Handguns, Issues, Like Pacific, The Main, Masked Intruder, Mayday Parade, Paris, Set It Off, Sum 41, The Somerset, and We the Kings. All those are locks. They haven't played Warped Tour since 2016, if at all in the last few years. I know Paris played a couple years ago. Sum 41, 4 Years Strong, they were all part of the 2016 lineup, as was The Main, Mayday Parade. And these are all Warped Tour veterans. They're all headliners every other year. Remember, bands like Beartooth and Neck Deep headlined last year, so they can't come back this year. If we're going by standard Warped Tour rules, they're ineligible. So you could definitely see Paris, Mayday Parade, The Main, all those bands. They will definitely be back, I guarantee it. Then we move on to Monster, Mutant Stage, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So for the North Stage, I've got the Amity Affliction, Chelsea Grin, The Color Morale, Every Time I Die, Ice Nine Kills, who I will definitely be seeing. I love them, they're awesome. Motionless in White, Ocean's 8 Alaska, Varials, they're signed to Fearless Records, and I think they've got new shit coming out. So I think if they do play, they wouldn't just be on Full Sail or Hard Rock. They would definitely be on Monster because they're heavier, right up there with all the other heavier veterans. Then we got Wage War and Whitechapel. Definitely can expect at least a few of those bands to be there for sure. Of course, the full lineup won't be confirmed and revealed until March 1st, but I mean, write it in stone, man. A lot of these guys are on there for sure. Then we got Monster South Stage, we got Architects, August Burns Red, The Black Dahlia Murder, Crown the Empire, Get Scared, Icy Stars, Miss May I, Parkway Drive, Veil Maya, and While She Sleeps. And if they're healthy enough to play, The Ghost Inside. That would be fucking awesome if the Ghost Inside played, but they're still struggling with their health after the bus crash in 2015, so Warped Tour has said that they'll hold their spot until they're healthy enough to play. But since this is the full cross-country run, it would probably be now or never. So if they're healthy enough to play, and it's not looking like they are because they haven't announced anything yet, and we're getting closer and closer to summer. So if they are, you gotta hope and pray the Ghost Inside, they would definitely play. That would be awesome. So we'll do a few more. Hard Rock stage, I'll throw out a few ones that you could definitely guarantee would be there. Bad Omens, Bad Religion, they'd be awesome to come back. Beebs and Our Moneymakers, The Casualties, Chungdo Captain Chung, Descendants, Knocked Loose, NOFX, Pennywise, Simple Plan, Suicidal Tendencies, Under Oath. It's been almost confirmed that Under Oath is going to be there for the final run this year, and that would be awesome to see them live. So you can definitely guarantee that they'll be there. I don't see them being on Journeys or Monster Stage, but Hard Rock would definitely be more plausible. That's just me. Skull Candy, you could probably see other bands like This Wildlife, because, I mean, they haven't played in a few years. Normally they'd be on Journey Stage, but they haven't played in a few years, and they're not light enough to be on like some acoustic tent or whatever the fuck, but they're nowhere near heavy enough, because they used to be a pop punk band, to be on like the Monster Stage or whatever, or Hard Rock Stage. So you can probably see This Wildlife, bands like Plague Vendor, Movement, Marmozets, Flogging Molly, Echo Smith. I could definitely see Echo Smith coming back, just because they're kind of like American Authors, where they can only play Warped Tour because they got nothing better to do with their lives. And then Full Sail Stage, Ashland, they're a great upcoming pop punk band. Check them out. I cannot wait to see them if they do play. Check out their new album, Wildfire. It's awesome. So I'm not going to predict Full Sail, because I can't predict, what underground bands they'll book, because I don't know anything about these bands. Maybe a band like Trash Boat or Weester, maybe you could throw them in there, but that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's the bulk of my prediction for the 2018 Vans Warped Tour lineup, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Smack the like button if you did. Leave a comment below who you want to play, who you want to see, if you agree with my predictions or not. Be sure to subscribe for upcoming content, and we will reconvene when the lineup is revealed on March 1st. Of course, I'll have more videos on the channel before then, of course, but as it pertains to Warped Tour, we'll reconvene on March 1st or after March 1st. So take care, guys. We will see you next time.